So we are going to talk about the sodexo talent management process and sodexo succession management process. Talent management and succession management process is a continuous process in sodexo, and it's a very key important people process. Sodexo talent management process enables leaders and HR professionals to assess talent in the organization and also evaluate the macro level trends which are currently occurring in the organization. It's a process to evaluate the talent in terms of reviewing the talent. The another objective is identify and mitigate the talent risk and also develop leadership talent pipeline. So the talent pool identified during this process becomes a continuous part of the development journey of talent within sodexo. So during sodexo talent review process, it is important that we evaluate various critical data points regarding the employees. We also look into how they have grown in the past career and what are their potential to grow in the future career. We also discuss about critical talent dashboard, gives a lot of insight to the managers in terms of what are the critical data points which he or she as a leader needs to look into before taking a decision related to the succession plan, related to the next role of the employee and various other things. So the talent review process at sodexo enables leaders and HR to really look into the landscape in terms of a right employee at the right job. So that's the core at the sodexo talent management process. So another thing which is most important of the process is there are a lot of critical important projects in the organization, and these projects needs to be given to the right employees who have high potential into it. So during the complete process, we identify high potential critical talent in the organization, and the talent manager of the company actually interacts with the leader and identifies the top 3 critical projects of each of the segment, each of the SO and transversal function, and these critical projects are actually assigned to the top talent or the top identified high potential talent during the process. So performance management process at sodexo is a continuous process, and during various reviews between employee and manager actually takes an opportunity to interact with the team member and ask for the career aspiration in terms of what he or she is looking at in sodexo in terms of the future role. And these career aspirations captured by the manager are also getting discussed during the talent management process. When the leadership team is sitting together and discussing each and every talent, manager comes out and shares these career aspirations with the leadership team as well as HR, and the leadership team and HR together along with the manager validates the readiness of the employee and next role, and hence by this process we are able to stitch the career aspiration of the employee also in the sodexo. So it's also important that if we have identified a next role for an employee, that particular employee gets a project which is relevant to the next role, and the best match could be the career aspiration of the employee, the project of the employee and the next role of the employee. All 3 matches into it. However, it is very important for manager to really guide employee and what strengths, what are the development areas, and hence appropriately tell the employee in terms of what should be the right career for the employee. A sodexo talent management process also helps manager to really identify the critical talent risk in terms of which are the high risk talent, which are the talent where they need to have a strong succession pipeline. So these are the things which are important for manager to know, so that external as well as internal talent or successors are identified by the managers, and very well risk is very well and nicely mitigated by the organization. Manager can also identify a retention plan and succession plan for key and critical position during the process. So during the talent management process, it is important for manager to do and evaluate 3 important things. Number 1, what are the critical roles in the organization, in the departments? Number 2, critical information of the employee, which includes last 2 years or 3 years of the EPA information. Second, about career aspiration of the employee, and third, about what are the recent move by the employees which employee had taken up. And last and the most important things is that what are the major development gaps, what are the major important development areas which department, segment, all function is going to focus during the year. So these are the important things which a manager looks into at the time of talent management process.
During the talent assessment process at Sodexo, we use a 16 blocker grid to assess our employees on their performance as well as their potential. This enables leaders at Sodexo not only to focus on employees' performance but also look at future growth, career aspirations, and future mobility within the organization. We use assessment parameters to talk about employees' strengths and development areas, thereby creating individual development plans. Now, these strengths and development areas culminate from 4 key pillars, such as soft skills like leadership, engagement, as well as development in terms of communication. Then we can also look at the 6 ways of working, which has been defined by Michelle Landel. We also look at the geographic know-how, the market know-how of the employee, critical stakeholders within the business, and lastly, we'll focus on key specific competencies that are required for the employee to perform. Employee development is core at Sodexo, and the talent management process identifies gaps and development areas to focus on employee development. Let us understand IDP, which is Individual Development Plans, which is an outcome of the talent management process. The talent management process, which gives us IDPs, focuses on the 70-20-10 concept, which is 70% on-the-job learning, 20% peer learning, and 10% focuses on e-learning, classroom training interventions that happen for employees. The talent management process at Sodexo empowers both the manager as well as the employee. So let's try and understand some of the benefits that we have through this process for employees at Sodexo. So some of the benefits for employees are that they can get to talk about their career aspirations through career conversations with their managers at Sodexo. They can also get to look at and view visible open positions that are there, not only at the local level within India, but also look at positions there at the regional level at APAC, and as well as global positions available for them to apply for. This is available also through the Sodexo change that we have for employees at Sodexo. A few more of the benefits for employees are that 1, he gets to learn through critical projects. What employees need to do is demonstrate high performance, continuously learn through key and critical projects that are there and available for employee in the environment, and ensure that the competencies meet the expectations of the manager. Employees need to ensure that they continuously perform and demonstrate competencies. Employees get an opportunity to learn through critical and key projects that are available for him or her at Sodexo. It's important that employees constantly engage with their managers through career conversations, engage with HR BPs as well as regional HR heads, as well as engage with the talent manager to ensure that they are involved in their career. Let's look at what's in it for managers. For managers, it's important that the manager partners the process. How do we do this? Very simple steps. 1, by ensuring that a manager has deep career conversations with employee on their career aspirations. 2, having key insights on critical talent. And 3, ensuring that complete talent repository in terms of performance and the potential of the employee is available with the managers to enable them, to assist them to have deep and meaningful talent review conversations. Through this process, we encourage managers to identify and assign key projects for their critical and key talent. During the year, manager reviews and motivates the employee to complete his development action plan at Sodexo. It is important that the manager motivates and encourages the employee to take career moves during the talent management process. It is important that managers own, advocate, and sponsor talent at Sodexo.
So manager is clearly getting a complete insight in terms of development plan of the talent pool. Another important thing is highly engaged employee and teams in the organization. And the most important delivery of this complete process is that the career management process. It means that every employee at Sodexo has a career, has a next role, and leadership and management is committed towards employee growth and progression. So I think the talent management process is a holistic process, a continuous year-long process wherein the core is employee, and the development area of employees, the career of the employees, the readiness of the employee, and various such other important facets of the employee life is covered in this process. So I'm sure you as a manager would certainly like to have a deep dive into the process and play a critical role in Sodexo to implement this robust process in the organization letter and spirit.